Well, hey everyone, Mac here with Judy, Cheryl, and Dolphin, and we're so pleased you can join us for our spring cleansing call. This is going to be an incredible call where Dolphin's going to share with us all of her background and understanding about the importance and the reasons behind a spring cleanse and all the wonderful things it'll do for us in our body. And, kind of as I've done with some of the other calls this season, I just wanted to start off with just a little quote and affirmation about spring cleanse from a traditional Chinese medicine standpoint. And the one I've got for you today is as follows. In harmony with nature, we cleanse not just the body, but the spirit, making space for the new beginnings as we breathe in renewal and breathe out stagnation. So again, folks, this is an incredible time. And Dolphin, I'm really excited to hear about what you have to tell us about the, spring cleanse, why we should be doing these things. And please, I turn the floor over to you.
Thanks, Mac. What a perfect setup. We are in the season of spring, and when we look out wherever we are, we know that, there's all this renewal and in nature. And in traditional Chinese medicine, everything relates, we're connected to nature. And so we look to nature for guidance and help in being in balance in our body. So, my background, I am a holistic health practitioner for over 35 years, and I have been leading and guiding people through spring and fall cleanses for over 20 years. And it started with my own personal journey of being interested in cleansing and just finding that extra balance, that extra energy. And then it just evolved into people wanting to join me. And it's just so much more fun when you have others to connect with and have that support. So one thing I can right off the bat tell you with my cleanse, it's easy, it's gentle, and you have a lot of support with the community and also with the foods that we will be talking about. So let's start with that question of what does health mean to you? And in my private practice, I have lots of people that come in, and I would say that 9 out of 10 people, when I see them, they say, "Oh yeah, I'm healthy. I'm pretty healthy," and yet they're coming to me with aches and pains, or they have no energy. They need, those stimulants, the coffee in the morning to get their motor running. They not sleeping very well. When I ask about their sleep habits, um, they, you know, don't get over the flus and the colds as easily as they once did. And so we need to, I guess, have a better definition of what is health, because not health does not mean not being sick. So that's a very low grade of health is, oh, I'm not sick. And especially because we know there's a lot of things that go in our body and we don't even know about until it's too late. So sometimes those symptoms are dormant for a long time before we realize, oh, I'm not well. So here's some questions or some points of being able to determine really high energy or good health. And that is that you do wake up in the morning with lots of energy. You recover quickly from a cut or a cold or a flu or an injury. You sleep well, and you also uh, don't have chronic pain. You're able to, move through your pain easily and get over things quickly. So if that's not if any of those things aren't, at optimum, then yeah, we need to start looking at our internal body. And just kind of that quote that you gave, Mac, is that all disease is stagnation and all cure is circulation. So this is where we want to look at what we're putting into our bodies and how we're putting and how much and how can we give the body a rest. So when we do the cleanse, this is the main focus is rest. We're giving the organs, especially the liver and the gallbladder, a restful time as far as having to digest a lot of foods. The fact is, I would say that especially in the North American diet,
Mhm.
that we 100% stress out our body in so many ways. And let's start just talking about food. Um, the majority of our food creates inflammation in the body because it's dead, it's overcooked, it's processed. When you put foods into high heat, deep frying, what's the word? The opposite of antioxidant. Help me out here.
Oxidation in the body.
It creates free radicals.
Thank you. That's
Free
it.
radicals. So yeah, it's like so much of our food is just not alive. Another thing is we're so dehydrated. We don't think when we are hungry, we're actually quite often it's hydration that we need, but we don't reach for the water, that clean water or those good beverages. Stress also, of course, comes from the mental component, and that is overthinking, so much stimulus. We spend so much time on these screens, which also just really puts our minds and our brain into overactivity. And then that, along with, poor food choices and overstimulating the brain, that's going to affect our emotional body where we feel anxious or we have low energy, where we start to feel depressed. And these are things that kind of are considered normal these days. And so my goal with the cleanse is to share and to educate people that this is not really normal. It's kind of just become a pattern in our society, but to find real energy and good health, sometimes like I said, with the cleanse, is we just take everything out, go bare bones so that we can have this experience and then build on that so that we, can enjoy exercise and breathing and meditation. These are some things that even if you don't do the cleanse, if you look at this list on the right, are wonderful things that can help de-stress our bodies and our whole being. So, but we're going to focus today on talking a little bit more about nutrition because that is a really key component of good health and of this cleanse. So with I believe we're going to talk a bit about some of the Sunrider products that are, oh no, first the table foods. Thanks, Mac. So yes, in the cleanse, people often ask me, well, do we not eat? And the answer is yes. It's not that you're going 10 days without eating. It's a very progressive, slowly coming off of solid foods until we're down to lots of fruits and vegetables. And as you can see, a lot of these fruits and vegetables are green, and green is the color of health. Every meal that you have, there should be some green in there because that green, that chlorophyll is liquid sunshine. It is the building blocks for our good blood flow, pure, and just all the vitamins and minerals. All of that is found in our wonderful green veggies, which creates alkaline in the body. So I'm not going to go into depth about acid and alkaline. You can come to the when you come to the cleanse, you'll learn more about that. And you'll learn so much about nutrition in general and just get a better understanding of how to make healthier choices. We definitely use a lot of the Sunrider foods during the cleanse because they are food. They're concentrated, they're clean, and they're really easy to absorb. So it doesn't put that extra stress on the body as we're going through the cleanse. We can have all this nutrient dense food and nutrition and not have to strain our body as far as digesting or creating inflammation. So, myself and the panel are just going to go through some of our favorites that definitely are utilized in the cleanse. And based on all those beautiful fruits and vegetables that you saw on the previous slide, one of our star products and a must-have throughout the year is our fruit and veggie rinse. And Cheryl, I know you use this and love it.
I sure do, Finn. And before I talk about the fruit and vegetable rinse, I just want to say about your cleanse. I've done so many cleanses over the years. And what I love so much about yours, it's very different because it incorporates the mind, body, and spirit. I love that it's a community, and so you feel really safe when you go there. And if you have issues or whatever, and people have so many good suggestions. And I love using the Sunrider products because they work. And, at the end of the cleanse, you feel like you really did something wonderful for your body. So thank you so much. Now, the fruit and vegetable rinse, one of my all-time favorites, and I think Dr. Chen once said it was his prize-winning formula. And when we have all those fruits and vegetables, they're usually covered with pesticides, herbicides, salmonella, who knows, all that stuff. And even organic, people touch it, sneeze on it, whatever. We need to be washing it. And ours is safe for the family and the environment. It's all natural, so it's really a healthy way to wash, our fruits, vegetables, meats, chicken, whatever we want to wash. And it also has two sizes, which I love because I like to take it with me wherever I go. So it has a travel size. And all you do is, one small cap in the water, put all your fruits and vegetables in, let them dry, don't rinse it off, and they last longer, taste better. And you are doing a favor to your body. So absolutely love that. And I think Judy's going to talk about another wonderful green product.
Yes, I am. I love Evergreen, but before I mention the positive things about Evergreen, I'd like to also give a big thumbs up to Finn and her cleanse. The thing I most appreciated about how she has it set up is the gentle entry and then also the means of exit, because there's many cleanses out there and most people do pretty good until you start introducing foods back in, and most people cave. And I really appreciated how controlled that was and the support for that. And that's the mark of a good cleanse. And while we're so grateful for the Sunrider foods and beverages because it's a gentle balance every day of nourishment in and cleansing and creating a balance between the two, I think of it much like the filter I'm in Arizona, so in the refrigeration unit, the air conditioning, when we change over, we're very careful to remove that filter in there because we want no trouble with our air conditioning in Arizona. And it's not that we don't clean our house and take care of our house on a daily basis, but we know the heavy work is coming. And that's how I think of the liver, the gallbladder, and why I especially think this is a great time for the cleanse. And I think Finn's addresses these issues. And one of the items she's, of course, including is Evergreen. And you cannot get any greener than Evergreen. It's like drinking your green leafy vegetables. So as you increase your hydration and add the Evergreen to it, you're going to get so many bonuses because Evergreen enhances the energy by oxygenating the blood, benefiting the circulatory system, taking the nutrients to all the body parts. And it also enhances the digestive system because it helps the body handle and remove waste. And one way we know that's a fact is because of the powerful effect chlorophyll has on deodorizing and healing. And we know that because those of us who have dogs often get the little chewies with chlorophyll in them and different things. But the nice aspect of Evergreen is that it's so concentrated and it's easily absorbed in the body, so you can truly utilize it. So it's taking in the lifeblood of the plant. And exactly what Finn said. It's liquid sunshine because we all learned about photosynthesis. So the plant absorbs the sunshine and makes a chlorophyll for us. So obviously it energizes, it cleanses, it heals, it even lubricates the valves going down. So particularly the ileocecal valve in the small and large intestine where they're connected. So be sure I know she's including this in the cleanse, and be sure you utilize that because it's just a wonderful product, and it actually is more concentrated and is absorbed easier because it's oil soluble, which the body needs for that. So Mac, what are your favorites listed here?
Boy, you guys. First of all, Cheryl, Judy, thank you. Great explanations on both the fruit and veggie and the evergreen, which are products I use every day too. In fact, just this morning, my wife had brought home a rose bush not long ago, like a few days ago, when we noticed that they had the white aphids on it and so forth. We took a little fruit and vegetable rinse, we put it in a spray bottle with water, sprayed it on the rose bushes, and the aphids were gone within like 24 to 48 hours. So there's so many uses for fruit and vegetable rinse, which just allows us the opportunity to post over these next few weeks about how we use these products in so many different ways. Evergreen, Judy, every single morning it goes into my Cali and Fortune Delight mix, which is where I wanted to take this. But first of all, Finn, just again, another acknowledgement of your cleanse. I mean, Judy and Cheryl both shared a little bit. For me too, the things that really resonated were, well, first of all, the support, okay? Everyone is working to help each other. And what really made it great, it's such a safe environment where you mentioned it yourself. We can be sharing about what's going on in our lives, what's happening in our bodies. No one's judging us, no one's criticizing. We're just all listening to what's going on with each other and offering helpful ideas and suggestions to make it better. So again, thank you for that. Quickly, Fortune Delight and Cali shared on this stuff many, many times, of course. Cali clears the cobwebs for me. Fortune Delight flushes the fat, flushes the lactic acid. My wife and I, we like to brew up a big pot of Cali. We'll then add Fortune Delight to that and a little bit of Sun Nectar, of course. Okay, not a little bit. I do a big ass squeeze. Okay, I put that stuff in. I just love the Sun Nectar. In any case, we make what we call our Temple tea, okay, which is the Cali Fortune Delight mixture. Judy, that's where I add my evergreen into the glass that I've just poured. Talk about a wonderful taste, and you're right, cleansing, the deodorizing, etc. It's just such a wonderful stuff. And again, you guys, these are all fabulous products. I've said enough. Finn, I'm going to turn this back to you to wrap this thing up.
Whoops, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Wonderful information. The last two products that you're seeing on the screen here are the Vitadophilus, which is a pre and probiotic. And we typically start to use that one near the end of the cleanse. Like Judy says, we enter into the into those liquid days gently, and the most important part of any cleanse is how do we come back onto solids easily, safely, so that your metabolism has an opportunity to revive itself so you don't start gaining a lot of weight and things like that. So the Vitadophilus is key, is a wonderful probiotic. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. The apple pectin is the prebiotic, and it protects that bacteria so it can get into the small intestines. I have yet to find a probiotic that is better than this one. It is absolutely fantastic. It tastes great. You can feel it working instantly. Just a quick story of my sweet mama this morning. She's 95, and so she's got some aches and pains. So we finally had to succumb to some low dose painkillers for her so that she could start to get some sleep. And she, she's very mindful. She doesn't like taking that kind of stuff, but there's just times where it's necessary. But this is day 3, and she woke up with just not feeling good in her stomach and having some diarrhea and stuff. And, just these are some of the side effects of it. So I said, Mom, grab a Vitadophilus. And she did. And it almost instantly just calmed everything down. We were able to go to her appointment without any accidents or anything. And so just such a beautiful product that I'm just so grateful we have access to. And quickly, the dandelion roots. So dandelions, of course, is the first sign of spring. And many of us, I live in farm country, people, gardeners, they like, oh, dandelions, but they're actually so amazing. They are one of the most amazing superfoods on the planet. Every aspect of that plant, it can be used for um, healing the body, nourishing the body. And so the root has so many vitamins and minerals, antioxidants. And so again, Sunrider's dandelion root is clean, it's concentrated. And in the cleanse, we open up the capsules and we make a tonic tea out of it. And it's very mild tasting, and it just is so grounding and nourishing for that liver. So it's another beautiful food for the liver. And like I said, when we nourish our body, you're not going to have these crazy cravings. You're not going to feel hungry because your body feels satisfied and nourished. So I do hope that you will think about joining me and our group for the spring cleanse. It runs at the end. I always do it at the end of April. Up here in Canada, I have to wait till it is a little bit warmer. So that's when we do it. And yeah, and then this last slide here is in this cleanse, it is not just about what we're eating and not or not eating. It's again a very holistic approach, and it's like you get the cheapest self-therapy that you're gonna get for 10 days. And it allows you to dive into your inner world, your emotions, your mental body, the spiritual body. And when we nurture that and take some time to pay attention to that part of ourselves, the physical comes along for the ride. Our physical being is always a reflection of what's going on internally, whether it's our organ systems, whether it's our emotions, or where our thought processes are. So we dive deep into patterns. Why do I think the things I think, or why do I feel the things I feel? And what are the triggers, and what are some tools that we can use just to feel more grounded and feeling good in our internal bodies. So just know that the classes are really an in-depth, wonderful time to just really look at your whole being and have time to do some self-reflection and yeah, just take care of your whole being. So I think that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, so like I said, the information is on as far as the time. Um, we meet via Zoom, so regardless of where you are in the world, you can join us live. And I always record the Zooms, so if you can't make the live, there's always the recording. If you want more information about how, the cost and how to, sign up or that kind of thing, Mac will post my email address as well. It's info@dolphin.ca, and dolphin spelt with a Y, Phyn. But all that information will be included where you can see and just get in touch with me. And I look forward to the journey with you. Thanks.
Dolphin, thank you so much. I'll, of course, be posting your flyer onto the 5-Element site, etc., so people can gain the information. And yeah, we encourage you all to consider this and hey, join in if you have the opportunity and the time to do so, because it really will make a incredible benefit to your body. To wrap this call up, I just want to remind everybody again that as part of the spring season 2025, we are doing our Go Green Bundle Challenge, if you will. And the 5 products we've identified in this challenge are Evergreen, Alpha 20C, Fruit and Vegetable Rinse, Spirulina, and Dandelion Root. 3 of them we've spoken about in this call in depth. The idea is to purchase and use at least 3 out of those 5 products, and then to be posting about it on the 5 Element site. And what we want you to do ideally is to be posting either a post or a video, even better, of unboxing with your products, and then sharing with us over these next few weeks how you're using them and the benefits you're feeling from using the products that you've chosen. All of this, every time you post, it's going to be a ticket that will go into the hat for a drawing that will take place on May 23rd. And again, in addition to all the health and wellness you'll receive from consuming these incredible foods, you'll also have a chance, the winner, I should say, will have a chance to choose between a 10-pack of the Candescent Biocellulose Face Masks, a 10-pack of Quinary Stick Packs, or a 10-pack of the Evergreen bottles. So again, folks, thank you so much. Judy, Cheryl, Dolphin, my goodness, this has been incredible. Appreciate you guys so much. And the sharing, I think, was great. And again, I just hope we can provide a little value to people on these calls. And I know we sure have with this one. Any last comments before we say goodbye to everybody? Not at all. Okay. Well, then springtime, go green, everybody. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay.
Bye.